Hey, Falcons fans, it's time to dive into the heart of Atlanta's 2025 offseason, and we've got some serious questions to tackle. The training camp is just weeks away, and the buzz around Flowery Branch is electric. From Budapest to California, you fans are firing off questions about this team's future, and we're here to break it all down. Can the Falcons finally shore up their run defense? Is a certain young defender ready to become a game changer? And could an underdog steal a roster spot that nobody saw coming? Oh, and stick around, there's another massive story brewing in the NFL that'll have you on the edge of your seat. But first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe. Let's change that. A small action that makes a huge difference. Setting the stage. The Atlanta Falcons are at a pivotal moment after a 2024 season that left fans with a mix of frustration and hope. Finishing 8-9 and missing the playoffs for the 7th straight year, this team showed flashes of brilliance. Think Kirk Cousins' clutch throws and Drake London's highlight reel catches, but struggled with consistency, especially on defense. The run defense was a glaring weak spot, letting opponents gash them on early downs and control the clock. Meanwhile, fans are buzzing about young talents like Zach Harrison stepping up and an undrafted free agent, UDFA, named Nick Nash turning heads at OTAs. With training camp looming, the Falcons have a chance to redefine their identity and reclaim their spot as NFC contenders. But it's not going to be a cakewalk. Let's break down the biggest question on every fan's mind. Can Atlanta's run defense stop the bleeding in 2025? The run defense crisis. Let's be real, Falcons Nation, the run defense in 2024 was a roller coaster. On paper, Atlanta ranked 15th in the NFL, allowing 2,051 rushing yards, 120.6 per game, which sounds respectable, middle of the pack, right? But dig deeper, and the numbers tell a different story. The Falcons were dreadful on third downs, ranking 31st with opponents converting 45.3% of the time, per Pro Football Reference. Why? Too many chump plays on first and second downs left Atlanta facing third and short situations, think 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3, making it easy for opponents to keep drives alive and neuter Atlanta's pass rush. As Imra from Budapest pointed out, it doesn't matter how fierce your pass rush is if you're constantly stuck in short yardage situations. To put this in perspective, let's look back at the 2016 Falcons, the last time this team reached the Super Bowl. That defense, led by Vic Beasley and a young Grady Jarrett, wasn't elite against the run, 26th, allowing 104.9 yards per game, but it excelled at forcing third and long situations, giving the pass rush room to shine. Fast forward to 2024, and those third and long opportunities were rare, with opponents like the Saints and Panthers exploiting Atlanta's front seven to sustain long, soul-crushing drives. So, what's the plan for 2025? The Falcons are banking on internal growth rather than splashy free agent signings. Rooker Hororo, a second-year defensive tackle drafted in 2023, is expected to step up alongside veteran David Onyemata, who's been a steady force in the trenches. But here's the problem, Hororo's rookie season was underwhelming, with limited snaps and minimal impact, just 12 tackles and 1 sack in 17 games. Fans like Imra are worried there's no plan B if Hororo doesn't deliver. The team's also counting on new edge rushers Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr., both rookies with high upside, to disrupt runs early. But can these first-year players make an immediate impact in a league where rookies often take time to adjust? And will defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake, known for his aggressive schemes at Washington, tweak the system to prioritize stopping the run? These questions are burning, and the answers will define Atlanta's season. Zach Harrison's breakout potential. Next, let's talk about a player who's got Falcons fans buzzing with cautious optimism, Zach Harrison. Steven from Loganville nailed it. Why didn't Harrison see more snaps in 2024? Drafted in the 3rd round in 2023, this Ohio State product was a puzzle last season. The Falcons asked him to make a big transition, bulking up from 270 to nearly 290 pounds to play inside as a defensive tackle rather than his natural edge rusher role. The vision made sense. Harrison's 6 feet 6 inches frame and explosive athleticism screened potential for a hybrid role, like a poor man's J.J. Watt. but the results were mixed. Despite fewer snaps than his rookie year, just 220 defensive snaps in 2024 compared to 310 in 2023, Harrison showed flashes of dominance, racking up 3 sacks and 25 tackles in limited action. So why wasn't he on the field more? It's a question that's left fans frustrated. In 2025, the Falcons are doubling down on Harrison, and defensive line coach Nate Ollie has a bold plan. Harrison's being molded into a big end, a hybrid role that keeps his 2024 weight but lets him attack from the edge like he did as a rookie. Picture this: Harrison clogging run lanes with his size one play, then flying off the edge to chase down quarterbacks the next. It's a role that could make him a matchup nightmare, similar to how Calais Campbell was used in his prime. The Falcons are also grooming Brandon Dorlus, another versatile lineman, for a similar role, giving Atlanta a dynamic front that can adapt to any situation. But here's the million-dollar question: can Harrison translate this potential into consistent production? His college tape at Ohio State showed a player with elite burst and power, but the NFL is a different beast. If he can stay healthy and master this hybrid role, he could be the X factor that transforms Atlanta's defense. Think of him as a potential DeForest Buckner, big, versatile, and disruptive. Falcons Nation, are you ready to see Harrison break out? Let us know what you think in the comments. The Nick Nash hype train. Now, let's shift gears to the underdog stealing the spotlight, Nick Nash, the UDFA wide receiver from San Jose State. Adam from Salinas is hyped, and for good reason. In 2024, Nash led the NCAA with 104 receptions, 1,382 yards, and 16 touchdowns, a one-man highlight reel. At rookie minicamp and OTAs, he turned heads with his smooth routes and unreal ball tracking skills. Picture this: Nash high-pointing a 40-yard bomb down the sideline during practice, drawing oohs and ahs from coaches and teammates. This kid's got it, the kind of swagger and playmaking ability that reminds you of a young Steve Smith Sr. But here's the cold, hard truth: the Falcons' receiver room is absolutely loaded. Drake London is a bona fide WR1, Darnell Mooney brings speed and veteran savvy, Ray McLeod is a gadget play wizard, Kaderil Hodge is a reliable depth piece, and Jamal Agnew is a lock as the return man. That's 5 roster spots right there, and most teams carry only 5 or 6 receivers. Nash is battling for that final spot against young talents like Casey Washington and Chris Blair, both of whom have flashed potential. Making the 53-man roster is a long shot, but Nash's college production and spring performances make him impossible to ignore. Falcons Nation, what's your take? Can the run defense turn it around? Is Zach Harrison the next defensive star? And do you believe Nick Nash can defy the odds? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more Falcons breakdowns. Go Falcons!